So here's a problem I'm facing that maybe you're facing too, but it's the obsession. Just to kind of see what's going on the back end. And it's more so of the analytics, just the constant look for it, the constant updating. And I know I got better at it to not obsess too much over it. But then recently it's kind of happening again, mainly on both, on the personal and the faceless. Because whenever I go ahead and look at them, there's two thoughts. The immediate thought that happens is like, oh man, like this is failing. It's not working. I'm not good enough. But then the second thought is realizing, hey, all of that is temporary. By temporary, I mean it's not always going to go ahead and be highs, highs, highs. It's going to be lows. And like during the time where I put out that video, I was disappointed just because everything went down and it like really went down so much so that yesterday the faceless only made $1. But it's still the realization that hey, it's okay. That's gonna happen. It's meant to happen, especially since it's new. Like, bro, it's only been 2 months. Like, there's only 10 videos up there. What can you expect? And it's my constant reassuring of myself, self reassurance to know, hey, it's not always going to go ahead and be up there. There's also going to be moments where it doesn't perform as you think it should. Because in the end, it's about learning from each thing that you put out and making improvements. It's that, like the Toyota approach. As long as you improve every single time, then you can't fail. There's that 1% improvement every day. And so that's what I'm working on. And I know there's been improvement since then. I've looked at my old videos, even on my channel, just to kind of see how progression has been. And I realize, hey, there's been a lot of growth in these last 6 months. And 6 months before that, there's a lot of growth since then, too. And the more and more I do this, the more I realize growth also happens exponentially. There are times when it's going to be stagnant, but all of a sudden, everything you've done in the past is going to go ahead and compound and start going up, getting those hockey stick growths. But then afterwards, it's always going to go ahead and dip and go down until you get to the next level and then keep going up again. But what I realize is the only way to keep doing that is to keep learning, keep wanting to improve, keep liking the process for starters. Because if you don't like it, then you have no incentive to improve, to get better. And my next thing I'm working on to get better would be the scripts. And so what I've been doing is I've been currently working with somebody who reached out. If you're watching this, hey man. And it's definitely helped a lot because when there's two brains working together, it just makes it a lot easier. And it also got a lot more efficient because normally I would be distracted a lot, like going through my phone or just moving away. But during that, I felt a level of accountability because there's somebody over there, and so you have to produce and put something out. And if that person is there to learn from you, in this case, learn from me, I want to go ahead and make sure I provide as much as I can there to be able to teach. Because if you know something and you can't teach it, then it's not really, then you don't know it well enough. Like in college, what we did study sessions with, there was 3 different people. And this is what I liked about them. All three, including myself, we were all at different levels. Somebody was a base knowledge, so had basic understanding but needed more help. I was the middle one. They're like, okay, I get the gist of it. I could do okay, but I know I can improve. Other one, third person was they were at a much higher level. They understood better. They learned quicker. But the thing is, with us three together there, we learn from each other's mistakes. And just because you're at a higher level or higher level, let's say, doesn't mean you can't learn anything from the person there because you can always go ahead and go back to the basics. And so, yeah, that's really all I had to say. Today I feel kind of neutral, and that's okay. Because, as Alex Shamosi says, emotions are meant to be felt. Something like that. But yeah, anyway, have a good night, good morning, good evening, goodbye.